everyone. This is Dave Dubeau from Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. And today we're doing a special Real Estate Investment Club Spotlight interview. And today I am interviewing two wonderful real estate entrepreneurs all the way from Chesterfield REIA in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. All right. So we got Keoshoa and we've got Oni. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Very good. So let's start with the first things first. First of all, tell me a little bit about your club. So we know you're in Chesterfield. We know you're in Virginia. Tell us a little bit about the size of the town. Is it a big town, small town? What's the kind of the population area that you're working with? And a little bit of information about your club.
Well, Oni, do you want to? Well, I can
start first. There we go.
The population. Right. I'll let her take it.
Well, Chesterfield is a bit of the town is actually connected to one of our main, our capital, which is Richmond. So I would say that it's pretty big. Our club specifically, rough numbers, we may have about 60 actual members. We actually just had some renewals. So I would say that number is somewhere around 60. We get a lot of newbies. We teach a lot of people. I mean, the town isn't, the town is pretty big, but we're fast growing. So I would say somewhere around 60. Do you think anything different, Oni?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it depends. I mean, but the total is around 100, 110, but we at this point, we have probably 60 active members. Yeah. Open since 2018, if I'm right.
Yeah.
That was 18, 19. And we're also part of the National REIA chapter. Yeah. So, we do a lot of meetings with them and we do a lot of stuff. Yes.
Now, did you folks start the club yourselves or did somebody else start it?
Yeah, it was Oni and I. Nice. We had, the idea came from, we actually have a Richmond REIA, Pittsburgh REIA. But we were like traveling to these REIAs like it was really far. And like I said, Richmond is pretty big. Chesterfield isn't so big, but Richmond is. So it was far, so we decided, hey, let's kind of start a chapter. And most of our members, it's so funny because most of our members, they live in Chesterfield and it's an easy commute to the meeting. So, yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And also, people, it's kind of funny. If you want to go to the city of Richmond, you have to go across the river. So a lot of people they don't like going across. They call it going across the river. They don't like going across the river.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. But more importantly was we felt that there's a more opportunity to network, and very important, the other REIAs did not provide the educational piece. When we say educational pieces, we usually have one or two speakers. Actually, we have minimum of two speakers at the same time. And the reason why we did that was to kind of get to see different ways of people who invest in real estate. We've had one with the apartments where we can see a guy who syndicates the way he does business with another guy who did not syndicate but had other partners as LPs or GPs. Right. So we try to give out two different perspectives on each on an industrial.
Very interesting. That's an interesting take. So in the same meeting, you'll have two different speakers talking about the same topic coming from different angles. That's really interesting. That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. It's very interesting because then sometimes we'll have we have a minimum of two. I mean, of course, we've had meetings where we only had one speaker, but that's far and few. But we'll have a minimum of two and try to have a maximum of three. And we try to diversify. We try to have women. We try to have, all different types of aspects in one meeting. And it really helps the people, our members and our guests.
And let me add to that too. Not only the speakers themselves, we had 3 auctioneers at one time speak. Yeah. And it was so funny that they were actually networking within themselves, talking about their ability to improve. It was kind of an interesting scenario Whereas even the auctioneers themselves were kind of talking about what they talk about what kind of business and what they've added to their business, what they've changed. So it's not just not just within the group itself, but within the speakers themselves. They look forward to coming to see each other because everybody's busy running around. So usually that together.
So it sounds like getting together in person is really important, especially for a smaller local club like you guys have created. That connection and the networking and the in-person is very important. How did the whole COVID pandemic thing affect your club?
It didn't affect us so much, actually. We were already kind of gearing towards like Zoom and things like that. We were already incorporating those things when we first started. So we had already had we have a board members. We have actual board members, and on our members board, or I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying it, but in our group we have people that do something specific. So we have Mr. Uwe, who is not on this call. He is our tech guy, so he came and incorporated in our group Zoom meetings, recordings. Things of that nature. So we really did not get hit so hard because we kind of just kept moving. And I think we were one of the only groups that were doing the Zoom meetings. We did our networking. We have two meetings. We have networking meetings and we have our main meetings. And both we did on Zoom. And the networking meetings, we kind of get together and drink. So we would get on Zoom and we would like have a toast or something like that. And it was really fun for people. So we didn't, I don't think we got hit really hard with it.
And just to add to that, during the restriction, they allowed a certain amount of people to come together.
Right.
So we came together as person, we have a camera. So we have a hybrid version that you have a camera with other people on Facebook Live, on Meetup. And that was he's a tech guy. So it never slowed down. And actually it opened more doors because people from New Jersey who are trying to invest in Richmond started to understand the real estate market down here just by attending those meetings via virtual. So it actually opened more doors for other people to come in and take be members.
Yeah, that's
we had a guy from Germany who started to invest into Richmond from our meetings on Zoom. He lived in Germany.
So you've gone international. That is wonderful.
Yes.
So you two started the Chesterfield REIA a couple of years ago, 3 years ago at the time that we're recording this. Mm-hmm. And you, if I recall correctly, you did it because, you wanted something local, and traveling to all these different REIAs far away was not very convenient. What have been some of the big benefits for you as being part of the board of this REIA, as being the organizers, as being kind of the boots on the ground people? What benefits have you seen as real estate investors by being involved like this in a REIA?
I've met some awesome people who has literally taken my business because we still learn as well.
Yeah,
we learn from those meetings. So I've met some people who has taken my business to crazy heights just from the meeting. And like I said, the person from Germany, he actually became a client of mine, a longtime client of mine. So I've gotten clients as a realtor and as an investor. So and I can't tell you the amount of things I've learned from the meetings. Like he said, syndication and commercial and things like that, auctions. So many things that I've learned.
Wonderful. How about you, Oni?
So most important for me, I like education. I like to learn. So I learn a lot. I get to learn a lot from those sitting down. The time we're putting together is interesting, but sitting down and listening to these to the speakers, that's one. It has opened a lot of investors. I've come across a lot of private lenders. When it comes to build a sub team out of that all they do is look for properties for me, and I put the deals together. I've even raised the money from it. it has given me a reputation that I'm an expert in my field. Ask more people. And most importantly, when you go to other networking meetings, you got to go network. And sometimes it can be very challenging because you don't know who you're on the network with. But now the network is coming to me.
Nice.
So it helps out a lot. And I don't know we said this, but we are a nonprofit, which is a 501c. And the reason why we did that because we did not want to put ourselves in a position whereas if we do decide to give to somebody else, they will not see us as a profit center. This is more back because we all make money, but we have to find that good in us to give back to the community, and that's one of the main reasons we started this is to be able to give back the education, but more importantly for the new ones that come in because we have a lot of newbies that come in too, and we don't want them making the mistakes that we had made in the past because it takes time when you make a mistake. It takes time to get back on your feet, but because we're a little more experienced. We've been able to, as a give back, and that's for us, be able to give back to the newer investors, so they don't screw up, or they don't that will wipe them out of business, or encourage them in the business.
I agree with everything. I agree. I would say the same thing for me. Private lenders, definitely being known as the expert in our fields and things like that. And giving back. Definitely.
So you guys mentioned that you meet twice a month. Is that correct? You've got a network meeting and then you've got an educational meeting. So if people are interested in finding out more, because it sounds like you don't need to be in Chesterfield to attend the Chesterfield REIA, what are the days and the times that you have your meetings and how can people find out more about you guys?
So our meetings are scheduled. We have our main meetings on every third Thursday of the month at 6:30. 6:30 to 8:30. We have our networking meetings every first Wednesday of the month, 6:30 to 8:30. We keep it very simple. You can catch us on Facebook, on YouTube, Chesterfield REIA, Instagram, all of the social media outlets. We don't change it. It's Chesterfield REIA all across the board. We also have www.chesterfieldrea.com that gives you all of the information about us. You can join. You can even set up with lenders on our website, lenders and builders and things like that. So you can find a lot about us on our website as well.
That's wonderful. Well, Keoshoa and Oni, thank you so much for your time here today. It's been a real pleasure interviewing you about the Chesterfield REIA. Hats off to you for getting it started, getting it going, associating yourself with a larger national organization, for keeping this as a nonprofit. We do well by doing good. So it sounds like it's done really well for you guys. And you're also helping newer investors avoid some of the mistakes that they might make otherwise by learning from very, very accomplished real estate entrepreneurs. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, take care. And we'll talk to you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning into this special Spotlight episode. Now, if you're a real estate investor and you're looking to find private money partners and raise capital for your deals, then check out moneypartnerformula.com. You get a free copy of my book. You can find out how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less. Again, that's moneypartnerformula.com.